Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Omar Sachdina, and I'm pleased to be your MC this evening. The program is about to begin. Please take your seats. Vos Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, je m'appelle Omar Sachdina et je serai votre animateur ce soir. La soirée s'apprête à commencer. Je vous invite à prendre place. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the program is about to begin. Please take your seats. Vos Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, la soirée s'apprête à commencer. Je vous invite à prendre place. Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome the recipients of the 2023 Global Pluralism Award to the stage. Je suis ravi d'accueillir sur scène les lauréates et les lauréats du Prix mondial du pluralisme 2023. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Princess Zahra Aga Khan of the Board of Directors of the Global Center for Pluralism, Dr. Marwan Mouasher, Chair of the award jury, and Ms. Meredith Preston McGhie, the Center's Secretary General. Vos Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, je vous invite à vous lever pour accueillir la Princesse Zahra Aga Khan du Conseil d'administration du Centre mondial du pluralisme. Monsieur Marwan Mouasher, président du jury du prix, et Madame Meredith Preston McGhie, secrétaire générale du Centre. Please take your seats. Veuillez vous asseoir. I would also like to welcome this evening all those who are joining online. Je tiens également à souhaiter la bienvenue à toutes les personnes qui se joignent à nous en ligne. To begin this evening's proceedings, Secretary General of the Global Center for Pluralism, Ms. Meredith Preston McGhie, will now offer a land acknowledgement followed by opening remarks. Pour commencer la soirée, la secrétaire générale du Centre mondial du pluralisme, Mme Meredith Preston McGhie, prononcera une déclaration de reconnaissance de territoire qui sera suivie d'un mot d'ouverture.
Thank you, Omar. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, and friends, I am so delighted to welcome you here on behalf of His Highness the Aga Khan and the Board of Directors of the Global Center for Pluralism to the 4th Biennial Global Pluralism Award Ceremony. Je suis ravie que vous êtes ici avec nous ce soir pour célébrer et honorer les lauréats du Prix mondial du pluralisme 2023. Tonight is a celebration of pluralism in action, and we are so honored tonight to be in this exquisite atrium in the delegation of the Ismaili Amamat. Here we stand as guests on the unceded and unsurrendered territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. The Algonquin Anishinaabe are the customary guardians of this land and of the nearby watershed of the Kichi-Sibi and its tributaries. We are grateful to them for their long history of welcoming nations to this site in a spirit of dialogue and connection and gathering. We are also conscious and acknowledge the painful and violent histories of dispossession of Indigenous peoples from this land. And we seek, through our commitment to pluralism, to honor the original spirit of gathering, of connection, and dialogue that has been so long stewarded by the Algonquin Nation in this site. The award laureates that are being recognized tonight really exemplify the importance of taking action to build truly inclusive and equitable societies. And this cannot happen in Canada or anywhere in the world without honoring, recognizing, and learning from Indigenous perspectives and ways of knowing. So on behalf of the Global Center for Pluralism, His Highness the Aga Khan, and the Board of Directors, it's my honor to offer tobacco to Elder Claudette Commanda and invite her to make the opening ceremony.
Kwekakina. Bonjour tout le monde. Greetings to everyone. Greetings. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, and of course, to the honorable award recipients. Miigwej nitchki wedug, miigwej. Miigwej kibijaye goma nongum. Pijaje goma anishna beeki o mama wenenewag. I say these words of welcome on behalf of the Algonquin Nation. We lift our hearts as we lift our voice, and we give thanks to the Aga Khan for inviting us to be here, but also to acknowledge the land and the people of the Algonquin Nation. Mes amis, bienvenue ici à la territoire non cédé de nos ancêtres à la nation algonquine. I'm always honored and I'm always proud to welcome brothers and sisters, no matter where you come from, brothers and sisters in this beautiful homeland of Canada, brothers and sisters from around the world. For we are all on our medicine wheel. You are all part of the medicine wheel. You are all part of creation. And when we open our hearts and we show that love and kindness to one another, the beauty that we give, the beauty of life and the beauty of love. So on behalf of the Algonquin people, on behalf of my ancestors, on behalf of the homeland of where I'm from, Kitagan, Zibi, and Anishinaabe, on behalf of my family, my community, my children and my grandchildren, and our ancestors, to each and every one of you beautiful people, Pijaje Koma, Anishinaabe, qui bienvenue ici la territoire, la nation algonquine, we welcome. We have a responsibility to show that kindness. And when we welcome you into our home, we say, Pindigen, Namadabi, Giwiwi Sinen, Kinimenekwe. We offer you, we say, come into our home, make yourself comfortable. We offer you something to eat, something to drink. I don't have food or tea or coffee to offer you, but what I can offer you are the words from my heart. And to offer you this blessing, because we also give a blessing. That blessing comes from food, that blessing comes from drink. But the blessing also is said, we say to you, we give you a blessing to say, we ask the Creator to bless each and every one of you and your families, and we say, Gishiminado kichimigwej kinakego kichimigwej jonje kakina nichkiwedo ashish enishnabeg. Nibuksendam Gishiminado nibuksendam onje kakina nibuksendam minapamadzuin nibuksendam nibakawin ashish nibuksendam Zagieduin. The blessing that we give to our visitors is the blessing that I will say to you here this evening as we come together in this beautiful circle of celebrating people who make a change today and tomorrow for the benefit to have a beautiful place for all our children to live in peace and tranquility and love and kindness. And we need to do this as brothers and sisters. But that blessing that I said in the language to the Creator, the one who made all, that the Creator blesses each and every one of you and your families with good health in heart, spirit, in mind, and the physical. To walk that road always in wisdom, and most of all, the Creator to always bless you with love and that we will come together in a circle once again as brothers and sisters. And until that time, you take good care. So let us show that kindness to one another. Let us walk that road together in peace. Let us walk this road together, Mama Wepimose, with love. And the greatest gift that the Creator has blessed each and every one of us, love. And with love comes so many great things. And each and every one of us who are here in the circle this evening, we have the ability to do great things, and we have done great things, and for one another as brothers and sisters in this medicine wheel we call life. Until we see each other again beyond this day, take good care, and just know I love you all. Miigwech. Thank you. Miigwech.
Thank you. Merci, Chimigwech, Elder Commander, for such a powerful blessing to begin the evening. I think your words set the stage so beautifully tonight for the ceremony in reminding us the power of love and the power of compassion and empathy, which so exemplifies the work of the exceptional awardees that we're going to be recognizing tonight. This is my third time as Secretary General addressing a ceremony of the Global Pluralism Awards. Last time was virtual. I was sat in my parents' backyard in North Vancouver delivering my speech to a camera. And the time before that, I was less than a month into the job. Dans les 4 dernières années, j'ai eu le privilège d'échanger avec des personnes, des organisations et des gouvernements du monde entier sur le pouvoir transformatif du pluralisme. But at the same time, so much has changed in these last 4 years. We see pluralism challenged in all of our societies and communities around the world. I joined the Global Center for Pluralism because I believe so deeply in the vision that was set forth by the founders, His Highness the Aga Khan and the Government of Canada. A vision that when societies see diversity as a strength and rather than a threat, societies and their people thrive. And we see evidence of this every day. We see it working. We see how a positive response to diversity leads to greater peace, justice, and prosperity. And while our belief in the transformative power of pluralism does not waver, we recognize that it is incredibly difficult, and it feels even more difficult in these challenging times. We live in a global moment that is marked by violent conflict and division, by marginalization and inequality, by mistrust and disinformation. We've lost trust in our institutions, and we've lost trust in one another. And in such moments, these challenges can feel insurmountable, and pluralism can feel too aspirational. But I can assure you that it is the only aspiration that matters. I listened last week to Maria Ressa speak at the Paris Peace Forum, and she called for us, as we stand in the rubble of the world that was, to build the world we want to live in. And so while the challenges feel great, I think in this moment, striving towards pluralism in every society simply cannot be optional. It is essential for our collective success. It is necessary for us to build the future that we want, that is peaceful, just, and equitable. And it's a different journey for every society, but we see over and over again real transformative change in different fields of practice in different contexts around the world. We see it happening. We see it in the incredible leadership of the laureates that we're recognizing tonight. I share their powerful stories everywhere I go around the world, and the stories resonate and they inspire action in others. Their achievements are proof that even in the most difficult spaces, taking action to advance respect for diversity, to build spaces for dialogue, is not only possible, but it is the responsibility of all of us. The laureates challenge their own communities to think beyond singular notions of identity, to think about how we can engage with the other in our societies and how we can collectively overcome division. This year's 10 recipients were selected by an independent international jury from over 200 submissions from over 60 countries around the world. They're strengthening democracy through unbiased civic education in Brazil and building empathy across extreme divides through filmmaking. They're supporting LGBTQI people of faith to advocate for an end to violence and persecution. They are committed to building peace and social cohesion in some of the most difficult spaces in the world, in Cameroon, in Lebanon, in Palestine. They are changing the way their societies understand and address issues, from anger and aggression in Belgium to non-traditional relationships in India. They're providing essential services like language interpretation for Indigenous persons in Mexico in order to equally access justice systems. They're building technological solutions to help peace builders ensure that diverse voices are heard in peace processes. Some of these initiatives are led by an exceptional new generation of youth that are passionate about their work, and many of them have been at this for decades, working tirelessly and also passionately. Le prix est dans le 4e cycle et les lauréats passés et présents constituent les solutions très créatives et innovatives pour créer les sociétés plus pacifiques, plus inclusives, dans lesquelles la diversité est respectée et valorisée. The laureates' work really exemplify the type of leadership we need now in this moment in all of our societies. They speak to what Elder Commanda was speaking to before of empathy, humanity, compassion, and love. There is much to learn from them, and at the Global Center, we're so excited to be learning from them and working with them in the coming year to help them expand their own networks and partnerships and deepen their impact. But before we get to the recognition of our laureates, I did also want to make a few words of sincere appreciation to some of those with whom the award would not be possible. So first, a very special thank you to TD Bank Group and President and CEO of TD Securities, Riaz Ahmed, and his wife, Nimet Ahmed, for their incredible, generous support to the award over the next 10 years. Thank you. TD's belief in the award's vision and its commitment to our sustainability and success is really something we're just so incredibly, incredibly grateful for. Thank you. And finally, a tremendous debt of gratitude to our fearless and distinguished jury chair, Dr. Marwan Washer, for his leadership in the jury deliberations, and to our exceptional international jury for hours of thoughtful and insightful discussion and deliberation that has led us to these 10 exceptional laureates that we're recognizing tonight. So it is now my great pleasure to welcome Princess Zahra Aga Khan to the stage to deliver remarks on behalf of His Highness the Aga Khan and the Board of Directors of the Global Center for Pluralism. So thank you, merci et chimigwech.
Thank you, Meredith. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of His Highness the Aga Khan and the entire board of the Global Center for Pluralism to the 2023 Global Pluralism Award. Merci à toutes et à tous de vous joindre à nous ce soir. Depuis sa création, la cérémonie de remise du Prix mondial du pluralisme est une occasion importante de mettre en avant le courage et l'engagement déployés dans le monde pour faire avancer le pluralisme. Ces initiatives sont inestimables à bien des égards, mais surtout ces histoires contribuent à inspirer d'autres personnes à relever le défi d'aborder les différences au sein de leur propre communauté, secteur et société de façon positive. Meredith spoke about the Global Centre for Pluralism being founded as a joint partnership between His Highness the Aga Khan and the Government of Canada, based on a shared vision about the value of pluralism for societies worldwide. From the early discussions with the Government of Canada about founding such a centre, to the signing of the founding agreement in 2006, to the opening of the centre's headquarters on Sussex Drive in 2017, Canada has demonstrated its commitment to pluralism, and for this we are deeply grateful. When the headquarters were opened, His Highness said, "In an ever-shrinking, ever more diverse world, a genuine sense of pluralism is the indispensable foundation for human peace and progress." He went on to say that genuine pluralism understands that diversity does not weaken a society, it strengthens it. A society made stronger by the diversity that defines it, that is a value that Canada has embraced both at home and in the world, while acknowledging that this is not easy and that there is much work to be done. This principle may feel far off in our troubled global times, even more so when the divisions in society appear so vast. However, this is a message that the world needs to hear. While pluralism is at the heart of the Centre's vision and mission, it can be a difficult concept to fully grasp. The Right Honourable Joe Clark, the first chair of the award jury, said that it is sometimes easier to demonstrate pluralism than to define it. The exceptional laureates that we have celebrated over the years, now 40 recipients from 30 countries, demonstrate very concretely what is possible when we start seeing diversity as an asset, even in some of the most challenging contexts. I am delighted that their deserving work is being acknowledged and celebrated this evening. On behalf of the board, please accept our congratulations. I'm also very appreciative to the independent jury for having brought the laureates' work to the fore. Through the course of the awards, the board has insisted on a rigorous and independent selection process. We are grateful to the distinguished jurors drawn from various parts of the world and from different professional and personal backgrounds. I congratulate the jury's chair, Dr. Marwan Mouasha, Bishop Precious Omuku, the Honourable Ratna Omidva, Ms. Rita Roy, and Ms. Yasnaya Aguilar-Gil. The result of this exemplary and varied group reminds us that there is no blueprint for pluralism. Rather, pluralism is an idea that expresses itself in a multitude of locally rooted ways. Nonetheless, the laureates share a dedication to the difficult and creative work of imagining the way differences of all kinds can be a source of collective strength when they are respected and embraced. So I invite you to sit back and enjoy this evening with us, to feel energized by the stories of the laureates, and to reflect on the ways we can all support pluralism in our own communities and societies. Thank you.
Princess Zahra, thank you so much for those inspiring words, pour ces mots tellement inspirants. Princess Zahra and Meredith Preston McGhie both touched on this illustrious jury that has had the formidable task of selecting tonight's honorees. A short film mentioning the members of the International Award Jury will now be screened. Un court-métrage en compagnie des membres du jury international sera maintenant présenté.
Pluralism is a big word. It's a big idea. How do you explain it to people?
Pluralism is about being seen, being heard, and being understood. and being welcomed because of the perspective and the experience that you bring.
It is important to know that there are voices working for pluralism, and that gives encouragement to other people around the world who might be doing the same thing but who are not aware.
It's incredibly important to continue the work of defending pluralism, promoting pluralism, and finding the ways through which we ensure that it continues to thrive at a time of increased polarization, divisiveness, and the spread of hate speech.
It's so important to support all those that are out there working for diversity, working for equal rights. We're all much better off if we recognize that diversity and humility towards the other contribute to peace.
It's amazing the work individuals and groups are putting, in some instances in dangerous settings, in some instances at the risk of their lives.
Ayuda en sí mismo a visibilizar sí estas iniciativas, pero también a decir que son valiosas y que son premiables, que hay que premiar eso, que hay que premiar las iniciativas que trabajan para mantener la riqueza del mundo.
All of the special mentions, in fact all of the applicants, have something to teach us. They're doing incredible work which takes courage, which takes vision, and which takes fortitude.
We need to understand that pluralism is not a value that is embedded in every society or every country in the world. And therefore, those who work for pluralism, those who truly believe that diversity is a source of strength and not weakness, need to be acknowledged and needs to be rewarded.
It is my pleasure now to introduce the 7 honorable mention recipients of the Global Pluralism Award. Chair of the jury, Dr. Marwan Washer, and Ms. Meredith Preston McGhie will present their certificates. J'ai le plaisir de présenter les 7 mentions d'honneur du Prix mondial du pluralisme, Monsieur Marwan Washer, président du jury, et Madame Meredith Preston McGhie leur remettront leur certificat. With a focus on digital technologies, Build Up works with peace-building institutions and a network of peace innovators to tackle polarization and make peace-building processes more inclusive, represented tonight by Ms. Megan Brown. En se concentrant sur les technologies numériques, Build Up travaille auprès d'établissements et de consolidation de la paix, ainsi qu'un réseau d'innovateurs de la paix, pour lutter contre la polarisation et rendre les processus de consolidation de la paix plus inclusifs. Ce soir, l'organisation est représentée par Madame Megan Brown. Dia Khan, based in the United States and in Norway, is a documentary filmmaker and activist, countering extremism and fostering empathy across divides. She sends her sincere regrets tonight as she was unable to join us. We accept this recognition on her behalf. Dia Khan, qui vit aux États-Unis et en Norvège, est une documentariste et une militante qui lutte contre l'extrémisme et encourage l'empathie au-delà des différences. Elle nous adresse ses plus sincères regrets car elle n'a pas pu se joindre à nous. Nous acceptons cette récompense en son nom ce soir. The Global Interfaith Network for Peoples of All Sexes, Sexual Orientations, Gender Identities, and Expressions supports LGBTIQ+ people of faith from the Global South and East to advocate for an end to violence and persecution against sexual and gender minorities, represented tonight by Reverend Tori Kruger Ayabazibwe. Le Réseau interconfessionnel mondial pour les personnes de tous sexes, de toute orientation sexuelle et de toute identité et expression de genre soutiennent les croyants LGBTIQ+, des pays du Sud et de l'Est pour plaider en faveur de la fin de la violence et de la persécution à l'encontre des minorités sexuelles et de genre. Il est représenté ce soir par la révérende Tony Kruger Aya Bazibwe. India Love Project challenges exclusion and prejudice in India by sharing love stories of non-traditional unions between interfaith, intercaste, and LGBTQ+ couples on social media. They send sincere regrets tonight as they too were unable to join us. We accept this recognition on their behalf. India Love Project défie l'exclusion et les préjugés en Inde en diffusant sur les médias sociaux des histoires d'amour et d'union non traditionnelles entre couples interreligieux, intercastes et LGBTQ+. L'équipe nous transmet ses plus sincères excuses car elle n'a pas pu se joindre à nous. Nous acceptons cette reconnaissance en son nom. Léa Baroudi is a peace mediator from Lebanon, using art, culture, and social enterprise to provide youth with the rare opportunity to build a future outside of violent extremism and sectarianism. Léa Baroudi est une médiatrice de paix libanaise qui utilise l'art, la culture et l'entreprise sociale pour offrir aux jeunes la rare possibilité de se construire un avenir sans extrémisme violent ni sectarisme. Politize Civic Education Institute is tackling polarization in Brazil by producing free, unbiased political education, training civic leaders to solve public policy problems, and training teachers to educate youth to become engaged citizens, represented tonight by Luisa Vosgrau. L'Institut d'éducation civique Politice s'attaque à la polarisation au Brésil en proposant une éducation politique gratuite et impartiale, en formant des leaders civiques pour résoudre les problèmes de politique publique et en formant les enseignants pour qu'ils enseignent aux jeunes comment devenir des citoyens engagés. Ce soir, Politice est représenté par Luisa Vosgrau. Touché of Belgium is a social enterprise providing support to current and former prisoners and at-risk youth, and in the process, advancing a positive view of anger and aggression. They send regrets as they were unable to join us, but we accept this recognition on their behalf. Touché de Belgique est une entreprise sociale qui apporte un soutien aux détenus actuels et anciens, ainsi qu'aux jeunes à risque et en se faisant avance une vision positive de la colère et de l'agressivité. Touché est sincèrement désolé de ne pas pouvoir se joindre à nous. Nous acceptons cette reconnaissance en son nom. Congratulations to all of the honorable mention recipients. Félicitations. I'm now delighted to introduce the winners of the 2023 Global Pluralism Award. From Cameroon, Ms. Esther Omam. From Mexico, Red de Intérpretes y Promotores Interculturales Asociación Civil. And from Palestine, Reform, the Palestinian Association for Empowerment and Local Development. J'ai maintenant le plaisir de vous présenter la lauréate et les lauréats du Prix mondial du pluralisme 2023. Du Cameroun, Madame Esther Omam. Du Mexique, Red de Intérpretes y Promotores Interculturales Asociación Civil, et de la Palestine, Reform, Association palestinienne pour l'autonomisation et le développement local. Their work will be presented in 3 short films. Leur travail sera présenté par 3 courts-métrages.
I grew up in the slums of Douala from a mother who comes from a minority community within the Southwest region and a father who comes from the French-speaking side of the country. I had to support my parents, and we barely had 3 square meals a day. When I started growing up, I discovered that my passion was to bring people together, to mobilize people, to talk to them, and make sure that people reconcile. Have you fed the dogs this morning? I'm Jomo Esther Umam, the Executive Director of Reach Out Cameroon, and here we are in Boya of the Southwest region of Cameroon. The marginalization which the 2 Anglophone regions has led to many displacements internally and externally. Today we have so many refugees and internally displaced persons who are in need of life-saving assistance. My role in mediation is to bridge the gaps that exist between parties to conflict within communities, within the government non-state armed groups, and in families. We try to make sure that they learn to talk to each other and try to find common grounds in order to sort out their differences. In Cameroon, we do not have a culture of dialogue, and the peace tables are coming to correct that by making people sit together, making people who never wanted to talk to each other sit together, look at each other on the face, speak frankly about what the issues are and looking for solutions. And that's why we talk about local solutions for local problems.
Almost all religious authorities became unanimous, and when we mentioned her name, the cardinal said, "We have heard much about this Madame Esther Umam. For a Muslim to want to work with a Christian woman, she must have some unique characteristics which are unique to her ability to be able to unite people. She's the one already working on ground, and so she assisted a lot, mostly, despite all the sacrifices and challenges."
The crisis is causing so much pains and sufferings. And today there is a rise in gender-based violence, which we call GBV. We, the women, we have suffered a lot. Women carried out the first civilian action within the context of this crisis. We were the first to come out with peace plans and do lamentation campaign. When men resorted to violence, they never came to women. They never consulted women.
Sisters are rising to fall no more. Sisters are rising, rising, rising.
We use community volunteers a lot. We train the women as our facilitators, and we make sure that they are from that community. When communities are empowered to be the problem solvers of the problems that plague their communities, a lot happens. We achieve a lot in terms of stability, in terms of improved livelihood, in terms of women gaining a voice and space within that community. It's empowering a new generation of women leaders. It's empowering a new generation of female entrepreneurs. It's about hope. Hope for now, hope for tomorrow. Pluralism to different people may mean different things, but to us, it means everything. It means unity in diversity. It means the beauty, the strength of coats of different colors. When people start understanding what pluralism means, we will achieve peace, because it will mean living together.
Everybody should say peace! 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 Look like the peace! Peace! Aha! Clap for yourself! Okay.
I'm honored to welcome back to the stage Princess Zahra Aga Khan. J'ai l'honneur d'accueillir sur scène la Princesse Zahra Aga Khan. Ms. Esther Omam will now be presented with the Global Pluralism Award by Princess Zahra Aga Khan and Dr. Marwan Mouacher. La Princesse Zahra Aga Khan et Monsieur Marwan Mouacher vont maintenant remettre le prix mondial du pluralisme à Madame Esther Omam.
His Highness the Aga Khan, here represented by Princess Zahra Aga Khan, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, members of the esteemed international jury, the Global Center for Pluralism team, fellow award winners, all protocol duly observed, I am honored and humbled by this once in a lifetime experience of being a recipient of the Global Pluralism Award 2023. I am deeply thankful to the Global Center for Pluralism, the jury, and all those who worked so hard to make this dream come true. I am full with joy to know that this award is a recognition and appreciation of 3 decades of hard work, sacrifices, and resilience. It comes as a result of the many efforts put in to bridge the gaps of social injustices, inequalities, marginalization, and discrimination suffered by the most vulnerable in our respective regions. The award reminds me of the work we have been doing, which we still have to do, that of strengthening community systems to push back all these negatives in order to push forth good practices such as community dialogue that help build relationships across ethnic, religious, economic, and political divides. This award is a testimony to the resilience, dedication, and sacrifices of our board of directors, my collaborators, women peace builders, partners, friends, and allies, and myself standing before you today to see that we build just and peaceful communities despite the many challenges. My joy won't be complete without mentioning my family, especially my husband and children, who have been a strong tower of support to my work despite all odds. I deeply appreciate all the sacrifices and all that they have had to endure because of me. I am thankful to my country, Cameroon, a country with a rich cultural heritage and a host of many ethnic groups. All these shape my understanding and learning, which have informed my work with the concept of leaving no one behind, no matter the moments and circumstances. It is no secret that for the past 7 years, Cameroon has been in the throes of multiple conflicts, notably the Anglophone crisis in the Northwest and Southwest regions, the Boko Haram insurgency in the far north region, and the Selekas in the east region. In my time as Executive Director of Richard Cameroon, I have witnessed firsthand how these conflicts have exacerbated the vulnerabilities faced by women and the girl child, and have eroded most of the gains made with regards to the Sustainable Development Goal number 5 on gender equality. Women have been disproportionately affected by the raging crisis. Many are those like myself who have been threatened in the course of doing their work. Some have been maimed for life, targeted, kidnapped, or simply killed. We have seen the increasing use of improvised explosive devices, attack on school children, and other senseless killings. Women, men, and children have been perishing for that which they never bargained for. This serves as a reminder, therefore, that there is still much to be done in the area of peace building and mediation. Once more, I am honored and humbled with this award. It is for me and all those who have been going through pains and suffering, as well as those who have passed on. I equally dedicate this award to our community champions from diverse backgrounds. Call them the apostles of peace and women peace builders, all those who indiscriminately are at the forefront of life-saving actions. I dedicate this award to you out there in my country, the victims of war, you, the refugees, the internally displaced, and the homeless. This Global Pluralism Award has given me hope, confidence, and commitment to keep striving to empower our people to learn to live together in the crisis and with the crisis while searching for pathways of peace, and that as we seek peace and fight against violent extremism and gender-based violence, we should address the root causes of issues plaguing our society, while treating every man and woman with respect and dignity. I want to relent, because we are nothing without each other. Thank you.
Mi e fa ala e half mi fa so e half mi fa nyo e half mi fa kia hi leng de na haling hi leng ze go
lo are stare dich tiemp no mas ta gayuru al dich tiemp ni no ni restad no resnang no resgual no tini stare bin etni gungai kakbe shinikani stis shinikani gobietini nash dich gamer ni reni danu anno nirte no di stil di stil a ette no namas di steno nerte no sisiru no shgab stis na kubiera e sisiru no shgab danu anno a no dic per nerteznu raniru no shgab tini gun gan rebin a gungan bin gakbe shinikani stisia anuk gai yes kayak ne nurelo binir ni disa rebinir ni relo dich rebini nakrelo la relo yechten lo
El sistema judicial que enfrentan las personas indígenas siempre ha sido un sistema que las ha excluido. Desde que se nos fue impuesto por parte del Estado hegemónico, se dejó de lado que en México, antes de existir este México mestizo, había pueblos y comunidades originarias. Pueblos que tenían sus propios sistemas de justicia, que tenían sus propias autoridades y sus propias formas de gestionar los conflictos. Y este nuevo sistema o este sistema hegemónico del Estado que tenemos no ve esa diversidad, no ve bajo una perspectiva de interculturalidad, sino lo ve desde un Estado dominante. Y la persona indígena, cuando tiene un conflicto con el Estado, el primer conflicto, el primer problema y el primer obstáculo va a ser su lengua. Hemos detectado en cada centro penitenciario cuáles son las personas que son originarias de comunidades indígenas y sobre todo también quiénes son hablantes de esas lenguas, para que al momento de que podamos hacer las visitas, podemos hacernos entrevistas con ellos en su lengua, explicarles las etapas del proceso en su lengua, explicarles desde luego cuáles son algunos beneficios que pudieran alcanzar o que puedan tener para recobrar su libertad. Revisamos sus procesos, les preguntamos acerca de sus condiciones de internamiento, si son las adecuadas, si están recibiendo los alimentos, si están en condiciones de salubridad, de higiene.
Zanuanu ni naknu rebini inirteticha, riulasnu ruhnu talani. Seya ri relohtisbi, ri rebin mirualdisa. Riutelasnu kudiagnu disachtennu, iweinu dich kun relorebin. Relorebin nirni, relotis dich tiembi. Riutelasnu gaklaniria, tini kudiagnu disachtennu y nerian nenu kun rebi.
Pluralismo ihi equivacia cohilense, equivacia cohilo etunze makia sunkia ze eli me convivir cohilense, hovahi ze gohne, hovahi ze seni queen, hovahi ze seni sho, funny fa mi sho, funny go sho, revane, ihamane, ecome mo hilo.
I'm honored to welcome to the stage the Global Center for Pluralism's board member, Dr. Mike Degagne. J'ai l'honneur d'accueillir sur scène M. Mike Degagne, membre du conseil d'administration du Centre mondial du pluralisme. Red de Intérpretes y Promotores Interculturales Asociación Civil, represented by Jesus Herrera, will now be presented with the Global Pluralism Award by Dr. Mike Degagne and Dr. Marwan Mouasher. Le Red de Intérpretes y Promotores Interculturales Asociación Civil, représenté par Jesus Herrera, se verra remettre le prix mondial du pluralisme par M. Mike Degagne et M. Marwan Mouasher.
Padiush Guteli. Nigula biguini iruliza nuvili gaza tagaju lua yesi luyuketu. Les saludo con mucho respeto a Su Alteza la Princesa Zahra Aga Khan, a sus excelencias, a las distinguidas personas invitadas, al Centro Global para el Pluralismo, al distinguido cuerpo de jurados, compañeras y compañeros ganadores, damas y caballeros. Es un honor, a nombre de la Red de Intérpretes de Oaxaca, aceptar y recibir el premio en nombre de la juventud indígena oaxaqueña. En voz de mi compañero Eduardo Martínez, este premio representa la oportunidad de visibilizar las luchas de las juventudes del sur global a las juventudes racializadas ante la opresión lingüística y cultural del Estado y su sistema de justicia. Resistimos, nos reinventamos y luchamos de forma colectiva. Somos un colectivo interdisciplinario de 120 jóvenes indígenas, estudiantes y egresados de distintas áreas del conocimiento, formados desde el 2018 ante la carencia de intérpretes de lenguas indígenas para las personas de Oaxaca indígenas en conflicto con la ley. Especialmente nuestras hermanas y hermanos privados de libertad. Brindamos nuestros servicios de traducción e interpretación en lenguas indígenas en Oaxaca, en México y en Estados Unidos. Buscamos fortalecer y acercar la justicia ordinaria, social, económica y climática a nuestras comunidades para hacer efectivos los derechos, especialmente de jóvenes y mujeres indígenas. Era increíble la ausencia de un padrón de intérpretes en un territorio como Oaxaca, con 1.2 millones de personas indígenas hablantes de 177 variantes lingüísticas. I remind two special moments in the big memory of the organization's work. One day, we visited the women's jail. We talked with an old Indigenous Chinanteca woman. She was 33 years old. She was captured for being at the ground place and the round time. She couldn't say anything in her favor because she only speaks Indigenous language. But with the help of our organization, she got free. She had the opportunity to say her version and defend herself. The second history, Rosalba, a Zapoteca interpreter, met an old Indigenous man in Miahuatlan's prison. She saved his family information, and when she went home in the south of the mountains by holidays, she called the old man's family and passed them the legal information. The old man got free for this little action. A little time after, other families with people in jail were in the interpreter's home. Rosalba's father called and told her, "Who are you? What are you doing? Why are these people looking for you?" She said, "I'm interpreter." Pluralism has been the answer that has given us meaning and strength in the face of a discriminating and excluding state. Today, Indigenous youth join their voices in a plural voice that shoots in unison for a pluralistic society, in unison for justice. Being a winner of the Pluralism Award is an honor, a fruit of effort and an incentive. But at the same time, it represents a great responsibility, an opportunity to continue contributing with the small actions to building of a better world, more plural in ideas and more human in actions. Thanks for our families, thanks for God, thanks for everybody. Todos tenemos mucho que decir, pero juntos tenemos más que escuchar. Thank you so much.
The vision of Reform actually focuses on pluralism, diversity, and mutual acceptance. One of the Palestinian cultural dimensions actually is that we are a group-oriented community, we're not individualistic. We are an organization that strives for a Palestinian community where everyone can have the access, equal access, to participate effectively and where individual and collective rights are protected in an independent Palestinian state.
What has Reform done so far was really working on influencing the deep culture of the Palestinian society, as well as influencing the deep political structures. Reform uses this approach of cross-cutting needs assessment done by community members, and based on that, the idea behind its projects come to life. What Reform has tried to do over the years was to create a safe space that brings in everyone from a rural area or from the middle of the town or from the refugee camp or from Gaza Strip, for example, or from Jerusalem or from the West Bank. No matter what their religion is, no matter what their political party is, it has given a special attention to women and young women.
فلسطين هي يعني مجتمع شرقي ذكوري دائما منصف للذكر على حساب المرأة. بس في بعض العائلات أو خلينا جزء من المجتمع بيؤمن بالمرأة ودور المرأة. فشوي شوي صرت مهتمة بدور المرأة، أعرف أكثر عن المرأة، أنا كمرأة شو حقوقي. ممكن أحكي إنه كمان ريفورم بتحاول توضح للمجتمع إنه المرأة مهمة يعني ولها دور.
خارجية كيف أنت لازم يكون عندك دايماً الأفق تاع إنه صفي أنا عم بتأخر وهكذا، فهي بتصفي حلقة.
A lot of my work and intervention with the participants and the beneficiaries, it's under GBV issues, which is gender-based violence and transforming masculinities. We build like positive masculinities with these audience through awareness sessions, through mural arts, and such thing. We have inner issues. We raised up in this. We start go deep, questioning why you say this and from where it comes. So when they start questioning why, until like forever questioning why, they realize that this is not their attitudes. What shaped their attitudes, it's the community beliefs.
It's like a magic to see someone going from their individual self-discovery journey and now going through stereotypes, sometimes clashing because they're having different voices, different opinions coming from different cultures. And then when you see them working as a group, that's very inspiring. We don't really always need to agree upon something. Sometimes it is more about how to respect the other and how we can find a common ground to work successfully on something together.
So despite the conflict that we live in as Palestinian people, you would actually manage to see most of the people with a lot of hope. Everything has tried to defeat our hope, but we're still very hopeful of a future that is more bright, more peaceful.
I'm honored to welcome to the stage the Global Center for Pluralism's board member, Dr. Rohinton Medora. J'ai l'honneur d'accueillir sur scène M. Rohinton Medora, membre du conseil d'administration du Centre mondial du pluralisme. The Palestinian Association for Empowerment and Local Development, represented by Mr. Odai Abu Karsh, will now be presented with the Global Pluralism Award by Dr. Rohinton Medora and Dr. Marwan Mouacher. Association palestinienne pour l'autonomisation et le développement local, représentée par M. Odai Abu Karsh, remettra le prix mondial du pluralisme par M. Rohinton Medora et M. Marwan Mouacher.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and partners, I'm deeply honored to stand before you today to accept this distinguished award on behalf of the Palestinian Association for Empowerment and Local Development Reform. This recognition means the world to us, and it symbolizes our team's shared commitment and tireless efforts. This recognition comes, unfortunately, at a very difficult time for every single Palestinian. I came here recognizing the fact that there is a possibility where I might not be able to go back home again. I left my amazing wife and twins, my family, behind me, only to stand before you today and to accept this recognition because I believe in its importance for every single Palestinian. I also came here with an unwavering commitment to peace and justice, to use this platform to call upon decision makers, leaders, and consciences of every human in this world to save my people's lives My people have been witnessing an unprecedented aggression since 40 days. I call upon the world for an immediate ceasefire, not only to support my people and to stop this genocide, but also to protect international law and international norms. And let's give our kids a window of hope. Esteemed guests, one might ask me how peace and justice might be achieved. And I'm quoting here from a march that I've attended here in Ottawa a couple of days ago, where they said, "We want justice, you say how? End the occupation now." So ending the occupation will first ensure justice, and building a Palestinian state will ensure peace. Esteemed guests, since I was a teenager, I've dreamt of creating a platform catalyzing change, fostering mutual acceptance and diversity in our beloved homeland, Palestine. Today, I am humbled to say that this dream has become real. Reform was born for the desire to bring about positive change and to foster unity among the people of Palestine. As much as I take pride in this recognition that reform has received, I am actually aware that this honor comes with a significant responsibility. It is a weight I'm willing to carry because I believe in the importance of our mission and the power of collective action. We're committed to being among the best and striving for excellence in every aspect of our work. The journey has not been easy, and it's still so far from over. The challenges we are facing are immense, but so is our determination. So is our determination to create a better future for our people and our land. We understand that the road to change can be long and difficult. Still, the resilience of Palestinians, proven time and time again that we can defeat and overcome obstacles. On behalf of Reform, team, board, and community, I wanted to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Global Center for Pluralism, jury, Secretary General, and team members, great team members. Jane, JC, and Carla, thank you very much indeed. Your recognition strengthens our resolve to continue our work even with greater dedication. We are not alone in this journey. A shared vision unites us for a better future of Palestine. This award is a testament to collective efforts of countless individuals who contributed to the success of Reform. It is a testament to the dream of Palestinian youth who aspire to a brighter future. Together, we will strive to be the catalyst of change, promoting pluralism and building more prosperous and harmonious Palestine. Thank you once again for this important recognition and award. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gentlemen, a big round of applause for all of the winners. of the 2023 Global Pluralism Awards. Félicitations. Dr. Marwan Mouachar will now make closing remarks. Monsieur Marwan Mouachar prononcera maintenant le mot de la fin.
Your Highness, Princess Zahra, Excellencies, Directors of the Board of the Global Center for Pluralism, Secretary General for the Global Center for Pluralism, ladies and gentlemen. This evening has been inspiring, but also very moving. Mr. Uday Abu Karsh spoke just now of the situation in Palestine. As you may know, I live in Jordan and I know the region firsthand. We are seeing pluralism under dire threat in a region that is incredibly diverse. This is very worrisome from a humanitarian perspective, but also from the perspective of finding a way forward for resolution, peace, and progress. In my view, there is no society that can claim prosperity, stability, and progress, indeed democracy, without due attention to pluralism. Any society that excludes groups of citizens is not a society that can celebrate its progress and sustainability. And so it is very important to realize this fact and for societies to work towards the full inclusion of all its citizens. A global commitment to pluralism is needed more than ever. I want to thank the Global Center for Pluralism and its board of directors for inviting me to serve as chair of the award jury. It was a very memorable experience. I had to fill big shoes of the Right Honourable Joe Clark, who I'm glad to see him among the audience today. And I had the privilege of sitting with my esteemed colleagues of the jury in London earlier this year to review such a rich pool of nominations submitted from around the world. We were so impressed by the leadership of people and organizations dedicated to pluralism, and in such a variety of ways: human rights, LGBT rights issues, the arts, but also in some new areas of technology and AI. The selection process highlighted where issues of pluralism are just now emerging, and that we must stay alert in the future. I'm now thrilled to see this next cohort of award recipients announced to the world and joining an expanding network from past years. This growing group of pluralism champions is an inspiring gift that will give encouragement and hope to so many others. Thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate the exceptional recipients of the 2023 Global Pluralism Award, and I hope you join me once again in congratulations our awardees.
Dr. Mouachar, thank you. I now invite all the recipients to stand for a group photo. J'invite maintenant tous les lauréats à se lever pour prendre une photo de groupe. Now I would ask you to please remain seated for the departure of Princess Zahra Aga Khan, Dr. Marwan Mouasher, and Ms. Meredith Preston McGhie. Je vous prie de demeurer assis pour le départ de la Princesse Zahra Aga Khan, de Monsieur Marwan Mouasher et de Madame Meredith Preston McGhie. Well, this has truly been such an inspiring evening for us all. Thank you so much for being here and for allowing me to share part of this evening with you. We invite you to enjoy the exhibit in the library featuring original photography of the award winners, and we hope that you will join us for future events. Merci d'avoir été des nôtres ce soir. Nous vous invitons à visiter l'exposition dans la bibliothèque qui présente des photographies originales des lauréats. Nous espérons que vous vous joindrez à nous lors des prochains événements. Bonne soirée, merci beaucoup. Dr. Mark.